I have this yellow background fixed up now. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. SE. Okay. Okay. Very good. I have this fixed up already. Good. What I've just done here, I gave the body inside the media query. I gave the body a background color of orange. I'm going to remove it. I don't need it. But margin of 0 and width of 100% also. Then the header also width of 100%. Even if we don't give the header 100%, let's see what will happen. It's still working perfectly. Perfectly. So now I want to make sure that these elements are stacked on each other. So I will go to my code. Now, still inside the media query, I'm going to click a new line here and go and find elements that is having these image boxes. So I'm going to go to my image boxes in my CSS, go and find what I've written here. Okay, so look at the image boxes. I will just copy this image boxes, just copy it. You can see I copy all the image boxes. I want to work on this now. So I will come down to my media query again and paste it here. And remember, what do you want to happen when you have 375 pixels with your media query, with this image boxes here? I want it to be display flex, and I don't need padding. Just display flex alone. And I want the flex direction to be column, because by default is in row. Now I want the direction of the flex of the image boxes to be what? Column. Then this will affect all the children inside the image boxes. And the image boxes are having 3 children. Let's confirm. This is the first child, box, box, and box. 3 boxes. So this element will stack on each other now when I go to my browser. Perfect. You can see they are now stacked upon each other. But I'm going to give it a margin bottom so that it will space a little bit. So each boxes now we have a margin bottom. You can see. Now let me drag the screen. You can see when I drag the screen above 275, I'm having this. But when the screen goes beyond 375 pixels, you can see it gets to what turns to column. So this is what we call responsiveness. You can see. You can see. You can see this. So I will just give it a margin top so that margin bottom, so that these elements just shift this well, margin top. So it just shift away from each other. So I will just go to my VS Code. Now I'm through with this here. I'm going inside the boxes now. I'll give it a margin top. So the boxes is that I have here. If you check up in the code where we have image boxes, got it here. We have image box dot box. So I'll copy it as image boxes dot box. I'm then going to go back to my media query. You know, this is the media query. That's a curly bracket that contains this declaration. So I will give it a margin, but margin top or margin bottom of 12 pixels. So margin top, we choose the element from the top. Margin bottom, we choose the element from the bottom. So if I check my browser again, you can see this element is now shifted from each other. This is fine now. The next thing I'm going to do is to make sure that this paragraph here that I have here is shifted up, and I will reduce the fonts of this LAN web development online. So let me reduce the size of this web development online and reduce the margin top that I have here. I will go back to my code. Remember, I've just done margin top in my image boxes.box when the screen size is 375 pixels. Next thing, I will go to the heading, this hero part here. Now let me go and check the styling I gave the hero in my CSS. Then I will scroll up. You can see I'm dragging push on my mouse. I'm dragging this thing up for faster access. Now look at the hero H1 here. I'm going to copy everything here and go to my media query and edit it. Now here, I can paste it up here. I can up after the body and paste it here. Now, I don't want to work with the color. The color is fine. I remove the color. The text align is okay. I remove it. I don't need it. But I want to work on the font size. The font size should reduce to maybe 28 pixels. So I'm giving the Arch Hero H1. I reduce the font size 28 pixels and the margin bottom reduced times 2 of it, 20 pixels. So when the screen is at 75 pixels, the H1 should have a font size of 28 pixels and a margin top of 20 pixels. But if the screen is more than 375 pixels, the H1 should still maintain this font size here. But if the screen is at 375 pixels, then the font size should be 28 pixels and the margin bottom should be 20 pixels. If that is being done, let's go and check it in our browser. Perfect. You can see that this LAN web development is now well placed, and this paragraph now well placed. You can see this is what we call responsive website design. Now, the next thing to do is to work on this subscribe to our newsletter and email subscribe. I want it to stack on each other. That is, to subscribe to full the width of the screen and email to full the width of this screen here. To do that is simple. I will just go to my media query again. Yes, this is my media query. I'm going to find the element that I'm going to target, which is the newsletter. Here. So I'll go to where I can find newsletter in my code. Earlier on, newsletter is somewhere here. You can see newsletter is somewhere here. We give it display flex. You can see. So I'll just come to my media query. So after the hero H1, we just give it hash newsletter. What do I need to do? Display flex, yes, then flex direction column. With these 2 lines of code, the element should have be responsive now. If I go back to my browser, newsletter, display flex direction column. Let me check it out again. Perfect, you can see. But I will reduce the font size of the subscribe to our newsletter. I will reduce the font size a little bit. To do that, I will just come to my code. Remember, we have H1 here before. You can see as newsletter H2, color white. I'm just going to reduce the font size and say as newsletter H2 font size. So here, as newsletter H2, font size, maybe 24 pixels. Let's see how it is. 24 pixels. Hope you are with me. Hash newsletter H2, font size 24 pixels. Now let's see how it is. Now it's still big. Or maybe the padding. You give it a padding. No. Let's reduce the size again so that it can fill the whole width of the screen. So let me reduce the width, the font size again. So maybe 20 pixels. 20 pixels. Yes, I have this now. Correct. Then I'll give it a margin bottom so that it's too close to this email and subscribe. Margin bottom. So margin bottom of probably 12 pixels. 12 pixels, margin bottom of 12 pixels. Margin bottom of 12 pixels. So margin bottom of 12. So it's going to shift the elements below it downward. So let's see it in action again. Yes, perfect. This website is responsive now. You can see it's responsive. Not only that, let's go and check this website on the Responsilator websites. Or just go here. Go. No, it's not working fine. Let me close it again and go to reload the page. So this is the URL in my website in the chat. Copy responsilator.com. So let me refresh this URL. Now nothing is there. And let me paste. Let me go to my local server URL. Copy. Then let me paste this. Enter sites. Paste and let me go. Let me see what will happen. No, it's not working here. It's not working here. It's not working here. That means I have to use okay. Okay. So I have to go back to my code. I've just done two things. Newsletter display flex, newsletter font size, and margin bottom 12 pixels. So I'm just going to go to my browser and see. So this URL here is not working for us because it's an online. When it's posted on the internet, then it can be responsive. But for now, we'll be using this here. How can I get here? I will get here by right-clicking on this place, then inspect. When you inspect, you get this elements console, then you click on toggle device toolbar. Then you can see when the screen is at 375 pixels, you can see what happened to it. I will also target another screen size I'm going to go back to my slide and see. I will go back to my slide and go back to where we have this. You can see any screen between 320 and 480. I also target an iPad tablet. So I will go to 768 pixels. I'll go and try 768 pixels. You can try different screen sizes. So I'll go to my media query and select 768 pixels. That is the header and the media query for, you can see, for 275 is there. Then again, I want a media query for media. Then brackets, maximum width. Oh, sorry, it was muted. It was muted. Wow. Let me come again. Let me come again. If you can just, you can sort and can see my screen. Now, thank you very much for the point, for pointing out the that to me. Now, when the screen is at 375 pixels, you can see 375 pixels and below, we have this. The moment it gets to 376, it's been scattered again. But remember, I have done in my media query, I have done max width of 760. That means from 376 to 768 pixels, the following condition 2 should apply. Then the same thing I have done for the Aero H1. I'm going to repeat it also inside the 768 pixels. I will repeat it and paste so that let me go again and check it out for you so that you can see this has been properly aligned. You can see. So I go to 376 768. We have same thing, 768. You can see the same way. I'm just going to reduce the margin of this, the margin top of this H1 to come down a little bit. Margin top to come down a little bit at 768 pixels. So let me try it. So let's try it together. So the Euro H1 margin bottom, then margin top. Margin top, give it 40 pixels. Then, not to go to my browser again, I'm going to update the newsletter also. It's going to be display flex and direction should be column also. If I do this, the element is supposed to stay on each other now. You subscribe to our newsletter and the form will stay on each other. So I've just updated the margin top 40 pixels. Then I copied the as newsletter, same code that I have in the 375 pixels. I copied it and pasted it inside the 768 pixels media query. I will come back to my code shortly. Let me just show you in the browser so that you can just type what you have seen now. Now, perfect. You can see. When the screen is below 768, you can see. So I'm going to give it a margin bottom too. This H2 should have a margin bottom. Subscribe to have a margin bottom, like I've done in my 375 pixels. Yeah, this place here. The margin bottom, just margin bottom alone I needed. So I will just, okay, let me just copy everything. Copy and go to my newsletter in my second part and paste. Now don't let me rush you, look at it. In the 768 pixels, I gave the body margin 0 with 100%, hash arrow H1 font size, then hash newsletter display flex, then hash newsletter H2 font size and margin bottom 12 pixels. We're almost getting to the end of the webinar, the session today. So I'm going to check the browser. You can see that I have this. So when I reduce my screen to this, you can see I didn't target below 375 and 320. You can see. Not making sense there. So the best thing to do, remember in my slide, I said screen between 320 and 480 shows mobile devices. So I can just change that 375 to 320 pixels so as to make everything look so perfect. So I will just come to my code. Please watch me. I want to change this 75 to 320. So any screen that is between 0 to 320 should do this. And any screen that is between 320 to 768 should do this. Now, lastly, the same code I have for the image boxes, I'm just going to copy everything like this. You can see, I've just copied everything like this. Copy it, then go to your 768 pixels. Remember, I have changed it to 320 pixels. Remember, not more 375 again. So any screen between 0 to 320 pixels should have this styling. The any screen that is between 321 to 768 pixels should have this styling that I want to paste here. So I've just copied the arch boxes. Oh, sorry, I've not copied it. So I will copy the arch image boxes and this. Copy. Then come down here and paste. Then our website should be responsive now. You can see these 2 lines of code I've just copied. So I'll quickly go to my browser and check it out, and I come back to my code. Perfect. When I increase the screen now, you can see everything is looking nice. When it gets to 768 and above, it will turn back to 3, 1, 2, 3. When it goes to below 768, these things stick out and this align. You can see this is what we call responsiveness. Below 320 is not making sense. So look at this here. This paragraph is not aligning well. I'm just going to reduce there. I'm going to reduce some contents here, like this paragraph. When the screen is between 0 to 320, what should happen to the margin top and margin bottom? So I will just come to my code again. Remember, 0 to 320 pixels. Yeah. The Euro H1 is having a font size of 28 pixels, which is fine. The margin bottom 20 pixels. Let's reduce the margin to 10. 10. You can see. Then I'm going to reduce the font size of this 20 to 18. I think this margin bottom to 10 and font size of this to 18 pixels inside the 320 pixels screen. Then, yes, still looking perfectly fine. I didn't touch anything here. I didn't touch anything here. I didn't touch anything here. So let's see what will happen in our browser. So taking us a little bit, but this email and subscribe is not working perfectly fine. So I'm just going to reduce the margin top I have on the paragraph here in my code. The margin top I have in the paragraph, I will make it come up a little bit. So I'll go and check what I did inside the code up, where I have the Euro P. You can see the Euro P has a padding of 40 pixels. So I'm going to remove the padding and give it a padding of 0. So I will just come to my code here where I have 320 pixels here. So I will just do hash Euro P, then give it a padding of 0. Move the padding from there. Let's see what will happen. Move the padding from there. Let's see what will happen. If it's not working fine, we'll come back and rectify it. Perfect. It's working fine. Then the element is now staying very, very well. You can see this is how to make websites responsive. When I check it out, you can see making sense. Just that this subscribe, this our email button, and this is not balancing well. So it's not balancing well. We can just reduce the width and reduce the width of the button, but we can just stop here for today. So this is fine. This is fine. You can see. So when we come tomorrow, we make the about page responsive. This is not responsive at all. And we talk about JavaScript also tomorrow. Non-responsive. Look at how it is aligned. So I will go back to my code again and show you this. You can see this is responsive. So responsive. This is how we talk about it. So when I visit on my mobile phone, you can see on an iPhone, on an iPhone, this way is being displayed. You can see iPhone SE. When I visit on iPhone XR, this way is being displayed. Very nicely placed. When I display it on iPhone 12 Pro, you can see perfectly. How can you get to this particular part of the screen? You right click and inspect. You take it to this part, then you click on this device toggle bar here, the second icon here. When I click on Pixel 5, you can see the way it's being displayed on Pixel 5. Very nice. When I click on the Samsung Galaxy S8, now this is talking about 360 pixels, you can see. So it's not looking nice here. We can reduce the padding again on this particular screen size. You can see. Now, when the screen is at Samsung Galaxy S8, you can see the way it looking so nice. When the screen is on the iPad here, you can see so responsive. When the screen is on iPad mini, look at the way it is. When the screen is on Surface Pro, because in the websites, any kind of screen will be used to access your websites. So you have to build a responsive website for your clients. You can see another screen again, Galaxy Fold. It's a very tiny phone. It's 280 pixels. So you can see. Then Samsung Galaxy, perfect. Then next up, perfect. Then another one again, next up Max, perfect. So that will be all for this homepage responsiveness. So tomorrow, by God's grace, day 4 of the webinar, we'll be looking at JavaScript. How you can use it to interact with our websites. We also do that alongside with making the home with the about page responsive. The about page is not looking nice at all. You can see. So the service page also not looking nice at all. So we'll make it responsive when we get to our web class tomorrow. I hope to see you tomorrow. Thank you for staying tuned to this time of the webinar. I really appreciate all of you. I hope you have really learned things in this webinar. You have seen how a website is being created from scratch. There's no any magic there. There's no Ojoro. There's no we call it Ojoro in Nigeria. That is, there's no any trick there. So everything is live. You can see everything is live. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. You are welcome, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you. So I'm going to send the file again to us now, and let's update it. I'm going to send the style sheets. I think the style sheet is what we have just worked with today, which is the media query. So please, you can copy the style sheets and go through the code and see what I've just done. I didn't touch anything in the index file. I believe our index file is up to date. The about page is up to date, and the service page is up to date. But the style sheet has been updated now with the media queries and the footer styling. Thank you very much, everyone. So I will stop recording now. Then you can ask your question.